Good morning.
Good morning, Gregory.
Hello, Cleveland Park. How are you doing?
Great.
Great. All right. My name is Gregory McCarthy, and I'm president of the Board of Trustees of the DC Public Library, and it's my privilege to welcome you here today. You know, in terms of public service, I don't think it gets much better than occasions like this, helping a neighborhood launch a wonderful new branch library. But you know, things like this don't happen by accident. This city is bestowed with some wonderful, wonderful assets that make it possible. First of all, we have citizens who value their public libraries. In fact, we can start right here in Cleveland Park. Do you know that this is, the old branch, the most visited branch in the DC Public Library system? Almost 250,000 visits every year. And we have elected officials that give lift to that inspiration and listen to it. And there's no better proof than our mayor, Muriel Bowser, whose budget last week, let's talk about that, whose budget last week accelerated and expanded neighborhood modernization projects in wards 4 and 7, gave some really needed extra lift to our modernization of our downtown branch, the Martin Luther King Library, and also fully funded our requests for a new ops center, which is going to greatly expand the way that we can serve neighborhood branches and allow us to work much more closely with DC Public Schools. So thank you, Mayor Bowser, for that wonderful budget for libraries last week. We also have council members like Mary Cheh from Ward 3. You know, I looked at my phone earlier today to text you. I noticed about 17 texts from you over the last year about this project. You've been on us, inspiring us, and prodding us on this from day one. So thank you very much. And every budget year, Councilmember Cheh has been with us there too. So thank you very much.
All right.
We also have a wonderful, hardworking Board of Trustees, and I'm joined here by my colleague, Vince Morris. Come on up, Vince. Vince is from Ward 6. He has 3 girls who are the primary users of the Northeast branch, and Vince is also the president of the Friends of the Northeast branch, so he actually does the walk too. And we also have a wonderful, dedicated, and insightful staff. They are the best public servants you could ever find, and we're all deeply, deeply grateful for what they do. Led by our wonderful executive director, Reyes-Gavilan, whose inspiration and view of what this library system become makes us all want to get up every day and think library. So Rich, thank you for all that you do. It's been said that our mayor goes to all 8 wards every day. When you look at her schedule, you say that's probably true. So I don't know how many more wards you have to visit today, Mayor. So without further ado,
All right.
Get up. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. Well, good morning, Cleveland Park. It is wonderful to be with you, and I want to wish you a very happy National Library Week. And it is fantastic, and you hear the chief librarian is very excited about this. So let me thank Gregory and all the members of the Board of Directors for our DC Public Library system. Your Councilmember Mary Cheh, who has been very dogged over the last 10 years in making sure that we're making the necessary investments in our public facilities in Ward 3. And we're all very proud of the number of libraries that we have invested in. You heard Gregory talk about how in this next 6 years, we're going to get those numbers even higher in terms of the neighborhood libraries that will have a total makeover like this one. And it's because of the generosity and doggedness of the taxpayers of the District of Columbia that have allowed public officials like us to make the investments that change our city. I believe very strongly that our dogged commitment to investing in schools, public safety, and neighborhood services like this one is what has allowed our city to grow, our revenues to grow, and therefore our investments in people to grow as well. Let me also acknowledge the Friends of Cleveland Park, and Jill is here as your representative. Give the Friends of Cleveland Park a big round of applause. So you will hear many of us talk about how the role of libraries have changed. Certainly they're beautiful buildings. Certainly they're places that people can borrow books and where we store books. But what we have seen is that libraries have become life centers. And we are so focused, for example, in our central library, which will be just incredible at the Martin Luther King Library. We know, too, that folks in neighborhoods want to make sure that they have proper study rooms and meeting space and outdoor space, that we're building our buildings with the sustainable practices and materials. And that's what we're going to see here in Cleveland Park. So I am anxious to get the ground broken, to get the project constructed, and to very soon, how soon, cut the ribbon on our new Cleveland Park Library.
Mid-2018.
Mid-2018. So a pretty aggressive schedule to get this building built. And so let me thank you in advance for minding the dust while we construct, and we will do all that we can so everybody that's working with us, we have as little impact as possible in the neighborhood. So with that, let me introduce the Ward 3 council member to talk a little bit more about this fantastic project, Mary Cheh.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
And thank you so much, Mayor Bowser. I'm just delighted to be here. You know, sometimes it does seem like a long haul, but we've all made it together. And I also want to thank the Library Director, Richard Reyes-Gavilan, Gregory McCarthy, the President of the Board of Trustees. Jill, thank you very much. And as you may have heard throughout, because many of you who are here have been part of this process, one of the most commendable aspects, I think, of this particular library project has been the extraordinary way that we have all collaborated together, the design team, the Cleveland Park and Woodley Park communities. I even played a role getting that extra money for the basement and and I also want to thank very much UDC for giving us that temporary space.
Thank you, UDC.
And that space, as you know, if you've been there, it's a lovely space. It's well lit. It's right off the sidewalk. It's easily accessible, you know, because, how shall I say, there are some places at UDC that are like a maze, and it's a wonderful space, and I know that people are using it already. Now, a lot of times, because of the complexities and the financing and the, you know, all of the pressures that are involved with neighborhood projects, sometimes, you know, there can be contention, you know, and disagreement between the public and the local government and the officials that are involved in making this happen. But I think it's been remarkable that we've witnessed a productive and constructive discussion throughout this planning process for the Cleveland Park Library. And I like to think it's some of the improvements that have been made in our agencies about how they proceed, and I want to thank the mayor particularly for that. And also, you know, our ANCs, the Cleveland Park Citizens Association, the Woodley Park Citizens Association, and many individuals who dedicated their time to working this out. And it's all been quite collaborative and really a wonderful experience to proceed this way. So the level of community involvement and the collaboration has resulted in, I think, a quite wonderful design, the LEED certification. It's going to be a beautiful building. I know we're going to miss the library that was here. Inevitably, that's the case. But we did save features of it that can be repurposed in the library, you know, to give us a sense of continuity. So I'm very happy about that. And I want to thank everybody because you've all been great. And we stand here today, and I can't wait until the end of the summer when we'll actually have that beautiful new building. So thank you very much.
So let me now introduce our very talented executive director for Dcpl and our chief librarian, who really has a fantastic vision for how we transform our system to make sure it's meeting the needs of 2017 and beyond. Richard Reyes-Gavilan.
Thank you, Mayor. Hi, good morning, everyone. First of all, thank you, Mayor Bowser, for your continued support of not only the Cleveland Park Library, but all DC libraries. And our board president, Gregory McCarthy, listed out all the wonderful things that she's done for us and has done for us since she's come to office in 2015. We cannot be more happy with your work and your support of what we're doing. So thank you. Also, thank you, Councilmember Cheh, for your help ensuring that the new Cleveland Park Library will be one of the 2 largest libraries in the DC public library system. And thank you for also participating in so many of the community meetings, just being an active listener and a great colleague, somebody who we could bounce ideas off, and has always been just wonderful to us here at Cleveland Park and the other Ward 3 libraries. Thanks to the Dcpl board under the leadership of Gregory McCarthy and Vince. Thank you for coming here today. You have all been great. Jill Bogart, I've got to say, Jill, you have helped me tremendously with your friends who are so friendly most of the time. You guys have been really fantastic. I have to say, we've had, I think, 6 community meetings, but probably a dozen or so smaller meetings, really working through this process. A number of other folks out there that I'll just mention very quickly. The DC Public Library Foundation, who's doing so much good work, and I saw President Bonnie Cohen is here representing the foundation among some other members. Susan Haight, the head of the Federation of Friends, the wonderful staff of the DC Public Library, too many to mention, but you've all done such great work here. I'm super excited. Dcpl is really proud to have partnered closely with the Cleveland Park community on the design of this new library. So many out there, I just remember having coffee and talking to Phil Eaglesberger, and Roger White is not here, which is shocking. But so many people have been so wonderful to work through this project with. This project represented a real unique design challenge. While we've built or renovated 16 new libraries over the past few years, this is the first entirely new library built in an existing historic district. So we needed to find an architect and a construction team that understood the neighborhood and could work within with the community to create a spectacular building that would fit within the context of the historic structures here on Connecticut Avenue. So thanks to Perkins Eastman Architect, and under the leadership of Matt Bell and Gilbane Construction, and Tony Barton is here, and other folks from Gilbane. So thank you guys for being such great partners, and you guys were here in all the community meetings as well, being real good listeners and taking things back and workshopping things and sharing ideas. So it's been a real pleasure. So the iconic New Cleveland Park Library will be demonstrably larger than the one that was just demolished. So when it's complete, the library's robust collections and new meeting spaces will attract even more residents to what is already our busiest neighborhood library. So we're really just, we can't wait to get underway. I see Colleen Bregel here from Urban Libraries Council, wonderful national organization supporting libraries at the federal level, which is more important now than ever. So thank you, Colleen, for showing up today. And that's it for me at this point. I'd love to bring the mayor back to take some questions. So thank you.
Well, I think we're going to proceed to the ceremonial groundbreaking. And since Gregory was talking, I was trying to go through my schedule to see how many wards I would hit today. So we'll get to 4, and then I'll challenge myself tomorrow to get to all 8. So let's break the ground.
Larry.